subscribe, and let us know what you think and what you'd like to hear.
Hey everybody, welcome to BeastNet. I'm your host, Pretty Mike, as usual. And today I got a bunch of people with me, so it's going to be an interesting one. I've got everyone. We're talking about the para championships, the Spartan para championships. So we got a couple, of course Dan and Joey, and then we got three athletes with us today. So everyone, kind of introduce yourself real quick. Kind of let's start with Amy. Go ahead.
I'm Amy Haskell. I'm actually from Southern Vermont. And I'm really excited for the Spartan Para Championship.
Good, good. PJ.
Right. I'm PJ Crouch from Tennessee. I'm a seated athlete and I'm ready to get rolling.
I don't know. And then for those watching the video, you're not seeing him, but he's not seeing you either. We got Blind Pete on the phone.
Yeah, here's Blind Pete, Blind or Peter Costabun. And as far as the para athlete championship, I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Which will be awesome. It's gonna be a good race. It's gonna be a good weekend. So and then of course we got Joey and Dan back with us. How you guys doing? Freshly off the mountain.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely great.
Nice. So for those that don't know, Joey and Dan just got finished summiting Mount Kilimanjaro with it was two athletes, correct? Or was it one?
Just one.
Oh, that was just one. Okay. I couldn't remember. I saw a couple different reports, but just one. So you took an athlete in a wheelchair to top Kilimanjaro again.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. It was a very successful climb, and everyone was safe, and that was the main goal, and everyone had a blast. So,
Which is awesome. And that's one thing, why we're here today is pretty much talk about the para, championships, because these are the kind of things that we do. We want to make sure that people that don't typically have these opportunities get these opportunities, that we help them and get them through it. I've done a couple this year. Joey's done quite a few this year. Dan, you've been with us on a few. PJ, you've been the athlete on a few. And I've not actually had the pleasure of meeting Amy yet, but
Yeah,
hopefully at
no,
one of these races, hopefully. I mean, I've met Pete a couple times, Pete's a one of the funniest people you'll ever meet. He cracks me up every time. So we, tell us a little bit about the para championships and what we're looking forward to.
Well, it's coming up on November 9th in Orlando. We found a location, I believe, that will make it accessible to just about everyone. We went through hard to try to find a venue that would be that way. It's in the middle of the city, just south of the airport, so it's accessible from the airport, and plenty of parking, plenty of walking right to the venue, not Atlanta style walking to the venue, actually just around the corner. We've now got the categories are out, the rules are out, and then the rules for every individual obstacle that's going to be in Orlando is good to go. Ironically, and I really didn't think this would happen, is I've only had one question sent to me about one obstacle from one person. I truly felt, and if anybody realizes the timing on this, we released all of that the day I got on a plane with Joey, and then I wasn't available for 2 weeks. It was perfect timing. But nobody reached out, and the one that did, we were able to answer it real quick. And so we feel like we're in a good spot, Mike. And we feel like we've got the information in place. Actually, USA OCR just reached out this morning to me. They want to provide some marshals if we want to use them to help train the people we're going to have at the obstacles. So we're going to work with them and just see what that might look like to be able to have a little bit of that in there too. Because that is the long-term plan. The long-term plan is to invite not just our fellow Spartan and Tough Mudder athletes to come do this. We want to invite any OCR athlete from anywhere in the world to be able to come and do this because they've qualified on some course somewhere under the same rules.
Right.
We're trying to be realistic on this though, Mike and Joey, and we know this is not going to be, hundreds of athletes coming to this event. We didn't have enough time to promote it correctly. So, if we have 40, 50 athletes, I'll be thrilled. But what I will tell you is this, is that we are going to treat it like every other championship. We are going to give the athletes the respect they deserve. And we are going to make this a lot of fun all the way around. We've got a lot of people involved there that are helping make it work. So it regardless of how many it is this year, it's already on the calendar for next year. I can't say where and when yet because we can't do that till November. But I've seen the official schedule, and we've already started creating the collective items for the 2026 Para Championship. So it's already on the calendar for next year.
Which is awesome. I mean, and that's the one thing that I love about this is the fact that it's finally happening. It's one of those things, because I'll be honest, I've seen it in other sports like triathlon. They do have para, triathlons and para divisions and stuff like that. And now seeing it really being pushed into Spartan and OCR all together is amazing. So, and I love the fact that you thought ahead and said, okay, this is what we're going to need. We're going to need a rule book, because the second we say, let's go, let's do this, you're going to have a whole bunch of people saying, what about this? Yep. And you went ahead and said, okay, well, let's get most of these questions out of the way. There's obviously going to be a few because someone's going to come up with some crazy idea that you're like, never even thought that was possible, but okay. So, I mean, I think that's awesome. I love the planning and everything else you guys have put into this.
We have been doing that.
Yeah.
Lots of planning, and it truly is. And I just told someone yesterday, I said, it is a dream of mine come true for the years that I've been working with para athletes. I mean, for me, going back to the 96 Olympics, but more recently since 2012, when I first got involved with More Heart Than Scars, and then now obviously with Dealers of Hope USA, it's just something I've wanted to see happen ever since I first stepped on a race course with Michael Mills in his wheelchair.
Yeah. Which, like I said, it's amazing. It's so much fun to watch. I mean, for me, just coming off, a weekend with, Mariana up in Seattle and just seeing how great that went and how awesome it was, which I will tell you, if Don ever puts his friend Dan as the horse, you gotta.
Okay.
I was the brake and we were passing people going up the big hill in Seattle, passing people. I mean, I held on. But I think for a while there, he was dragging me. It was tough.
Oh my gosh. All right. That's what I like to hear.
But I mean, it's so amazing to watch the athletes' faces, and I've seen PJ before, at the OCR last year, the OCR championships, OCR USA, just how much joy it brings to people who have been told their whole life that you can't do this. And we're like, no, yeah, you can. And we'll help you.
Actually, I did have one question though.
Yeah.
This is for Dan. I was just wondering, Dan, what side of the course are the marking flags going to be on, and what color will they be?
For everybody else, I have an answer. Pete, for you, does it really matter?
Just in case my guide gets lost. That's happened with me and Joey before.
I believe that.
That is true.
Yeah, we will have you taken care of, sir. I promise.
Yes, we will.
Most likely having the flag hit me in the face. Okay, that works.
I mean, listen, we're going to get you to the start and the finish. Isn't that really all that matters?
Yeah, and the cliff jump.
Cliff jump. Oh my gosh.
I'm all for the cliff jump.
It's gonna be fun.
It is.
At this point, how many do people? I mean, I know Dealers of Hope is gonna be there. OM's gonna be there, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, how many are
Yep.
we looking at right now?
As far as athletes, right now, I think we have 12 athletes signed up at the moment, which I'm okay with that right now.
Mhm.
I think the word's getting out more.
Yes.
The fact it is going to happen, it's, what day it is, but we moved it to Sunday. We felt that that would allow people, if getting off of work on Friday was a challenge, now they don't need to, they can actually fly in on Saturday. Whatever we're going to do for like a welcome is going to be Saturday evening right there at the venue. Again, there are 4 hotels within easy distance to get to the venue. So we should be able to, I mean, everything should be pretty smooth and pretty accessible. And then the actual heat doesn't happen until 11 o'clock on Sunday. So I believe we're allowing plenty of time. The fact that it's before the holidays, so costs to get here should be reasonable, considering the fact you're coming to Orlando. I know a lot of people are making this into a small little mini holiday with some family or friends. So we're doing some of that also.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be. So, PJ, what are you looking forward to?
So that weekend is going to be sentimental for me on a lot of different levels because not only am I getting to achieve a dream as an adaptive athlete for 20 some odd years, which is weird to say that I'm old enough to say that now. But my mom and my sister actually both live in Florida and have never actually gotten to see me race. So they are coming down that weekend and will get to see me race as far as OCR for the very first time. So that is something that is super special for me. My brother-in-law is going to be there, and a couple other family and friends, hopefully. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I've always been taught and always been told that I stand on the shoulders of giants as far as adaptive sports goes, and it's really cool that the last couple of years I've gotten to be one of those giants, laying the groundwork for the athletes that come after me.
Yeah, which is awesome. You're definitely one of the ones blazing the path. So, which is amazing. Well, what are you looking forward to, Amy?
I am so excited for this. I mean, I think for most adaptive athletes, we've never had the chance to kind of like be in the limelight and like so we're so excited to be able to like shine incredible and have a chance to even podium or even think about it.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. It's amazing. So, Pete, what are your thoughts? You there, Pete? Apparently, he doesn't have any thoughts.
Which is weird.
I know. Normally, he's the one with all the thoughts. It's Joey's got it muted, and that's the problem.
Okay, go, Pete.
Can you hear me? Hello?
We can now that Joey unmuted you.
Yeah, my bad. Go, Pete.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just saying that for me, it's a little more specific. I think this is the first time that I've actually been or will be at an event, an OCR, where I'm actually competing against my peers. I believe there are 2 other blind or visually impaired individuals that are going to be competing. And I've either met one or I've met one last year at World Smarter. And I just recently spoke to another lady who is actually totally blind, and she's going to be there. So for me, it's exciting because I'm usually the only person who can't see at these events.
It's awesome. I think that's the coolest thing about this is it's you guys are racing against your peers,
Yes.
which is something you don't normally, you know, like Amy said, it's something you guys have wanted forever. You guys are shining. This is you against your peers. And that's amazing. And I mean, it's so amazing that Spartan is putting this together. And I know we have, he's won't admit it pretty much, but we have Dan to thank for most of that, all of that. Dan has pushed hard for us and for this community to be able to get these races. So, Dan, I want to thank you, and I'm sure everybody else does too, for everything that you've been pushing for these athletes to be able to do this.
Well, and I will tell you, so I'm very fortunate that I accidentally ran into Team Oscar Mike way back in 2021. Accidentally ran into him at a race. Got to meet Travis Cody and the team that was with him. If you don't know who he is, you want to see 190 pounds of a person who scares the crap out of me, and he's got no legs, and I could probably outrun him with this wheelchair, but probably not, because he's just he's a beast. And to watch what he did that day, I'm like, how is this not front and center? Then I met Joey, and then I realized there's another person with the passion, like times 100. And again, I feel fortunate because John DeHaan is actually a part of the Spartan community, within like working Spartan community. And when they did the event last year at the Trifecta World Championships, that led the way to, he reached out to me right afterwards and said, how do we make this a reality, an actual championship? And our biggest challenge, as anybody on here can probably imagine, was how do we do it so it's not part of everything else? Like, how do we not have it part of Trifecta World Championships? How do we not have it be in Abu Dhabi and part of, a championship we're already doing, and give it its own weekend? And Florida just happened to fall into that. I mean, we just fell into a race right in Lake Nona. Again, for those of you who know, it's the same weekend as Fenway. It's also the same weekend of Friday night as being the Oscar Mike annual ball, right? So it is a busy weekend within the overall Spartan community. And Joe will be at Fenway on Saturday and then flying in Saturday night so he can be there with us for the championship on Sunday. So, I know a lot of people wonder, is Joe still in touch with what's going on a day-to-day basis within this company? He's in touch enough that he is going to be at the Oscar Mike Ball on Friday, fly red eye to Fenway to be there for the Fenway event, and then fly that night to make sure he's with us when the athletes take to the course. And so it is a lot of people are behind this. And like I said, we are going to have an absolute blast. I'm getting more and more volunteers. I'm getting so many volunteers, we're probably going to have 3 people to every obstacle when you all take off, because people want to be part of this. And that tells me that the community is ready to finally do what needs to be done and have a good event, celebrating athletes.
So amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And I think that's the greatest thing too, is like you said, is I kind of expected when this, they first brought something up like this, that it was going to be one of those like, hey, here's the Trifecta World Championships and the Para Championships along with it, and I'm so glad that that's not what happened, that you pushed to say, hey, no, this needs to be its own thing. If you make it a piece of this other thing, it's always just going to be a piece of this, and it's not a piece of that. It is its own specific, special, great thing that needs to stand on its own. And I love that you guys were able to push for that.
So, Mike, do you mind if I ask the athletes a question?
Go ahead.
So, because one of the things Joey and I wrestled with, we actually wrestled on the same side though, so not like we argued with each other. But when it comes to the competition side of it, we wanted to make sure this was a true competition. And I think everybody on this call knows that, there's times when a wheeled athlete gets to the monkey bars, as I always use that example. we will help the athlete get up to the monkey bars, and then they maybe sit on someone's shoulders to go through the monkey bars. And as we talked about that, and we thought about it in a competitive manner, that's not completing the obstacle as an individual competing in the event. So we went with the idea that, listen, no obstacle is mandatory. So that's the first thing we said, is that there are people who will not be able to get over a 4-foot wall after their hands are put up on top of the wall. They will not be able to power themselves up over the wall to have the other people catch them on the other side. That's going to happen. So no obstacle is mandatory. So we will have a penalty loop for every single obstacle. But then that way, every obstacle in every category is treated the same. I'm just curious. And so, Amy, since you're the one whose picture's on my phone right now, what do you think, is that a fair way to do it? That when you get to the obstacle, we can help you get up to whatever the start is. For you to complete it and officially complete it, you have to power yourself through it. And if not, we go back, we get you back in, and we do the penalty loop together.
Absolutely. It's definitely given me like a whole different training focus of being able to like power through these obstacles on my own. So I I guarantee there'll be a lot of penalty loops in my future, but but I'm really excited to try them, and it's really given me a focus as to what I need to work on.
Okay. And
Um,
again, you're somebody who I've seen crush a DECA. So like, I'm not even sure I want to go up against you in a DECA. I think I'd be trailing behind you. So and that's, and PJ, I'm gonna ask you the same question. Again, I've been with you on an OCR course just this year in Atlanta. Your thoughts? Do you believe that we're doing this the right way? That if you can power yourself through it, fantastic. If not, you and the team that are helping you get through it, you just go do the penalty loop.
I do think that's fair, and I am lucky because I'm racing in a couple weeks, so we're gonna get to try and see what we need to do to make as many obstacles for me happen. But for those of us who aren't getting to race in Nashville, that's the fairest way to do it. So I think it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. And Pete, I know in the past you've done your obstacles, right? You've just with the guide helping you get through the like where to reach and where to go.
If anything, as a basis, yeah, I completely agree. The athletes, para athletes, do as much as they can. Like Amy said, the focus is the importance, and nobody can do everything successfully on the first try. So my thought is, do as much as you can, learn from the experience. I've been running these since 2012. My first Spartan was in 2016, and of all things, a beast. You remember that, Joey?
I do.
And I had no idea what I was getting into. And, I've always tried to be as independent as I can. But, there's still, to this day, I've probably done at least a couple thousand obstacles. But, there's still those that I have difficulty with, and I'm going to be doing some penalties as well. But, at least you have a, sound basis to work from, and, you have a goal for it, each of the athletes to achieve. And this is a competition. So you have to level the playing field as much as you can.
Yeah. And that, again, and just so the three of you on here know, we did reach out to other athletes and ask the similar question, because, for me to sit here and say, hey, here's the rules, here's every obstacle, here's every rule, here's how we're doing it. I didn't believe was fair. I mean, I'm not the right person to write the rules on how we should do this, because I'm not in your shoes. And so we did reach out to other folks from around that have done some of the other competitive ones in the past also, and they came back with very similar thoughts. Is that will there be people out there who will probably do 17 penalty loops? Probably. And they're going to come into it knowing it, and then they have a year to train for next year. And that's, you know, that and that's my thought process behind it is we will have rules, and I'm pretty certain we will make adjustments after this year's event. We will have, you know, Mike, you said it. There'll be something we did not think of. There'll be something that even as we had athletes look through it, they did not think of until race day. It's like, oh, we should have thought of that. And we'll make the adjustment, but we'll make the adjustment 1 year out, and then people can train that way. So,
well,
yeah.
and I think the thing is too, is, I mean, this was one of those ones, you saw an opportunity, you went for it. We all know it came late in the season. You know, it wasn't one of those things. No, most of us, people, and probably just finding out about this as they're listening to this podcast. But some of us, I mean, we just found out about this, you know, recently. So it hasn't even been a full year. So it's been thrown together. It seems, in a sense, quickly, but with a lot of thought behind it at the same time. So, but there's still going to be, even with excessive thought about it, there's going to be something that we miss and something that's not seen. And then all of a sudden the event's going to happen. You're going to be like, oh, we didn't see this. So that, I mean, that's the great part about it. So this first one is going to be, you know, there's going to be issues. Everyone knows that there's going to be something that's not going to be just right.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the great part about it. I mean, you're doing it though. And that's the big thing. You're doing it. And there might be something that might be a little bit wrong, but we'll fix it for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I may interject something, well, two things. One of them is, I mean, I've known Joey since I'd say 2015. He was with me at my 12-hour just trail run, which we had done, several times after that. So, I mean, he's got a lot of experience there. And Dan, I've never been on course, running it with you, but I know you've been on course with other para athletes. So my thought is, as maybe cobbled together as this may look, you have people with experience, putting this together and, trying to put it together in a way that's, going to be fair for all the para athletes. The second thing was, Dan, you would never fit in my shoes. I've met you, and I'm tall and skinny, and I'm sorry, I wear size 13. I think you fall over in my shoes. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh my God.
You put a little padding in the front, you never know the difference.
There you go.
That's going to be a lot of padding.
So, and before we forget this, Mike, I want to make a plea to whoever's watching this, whether you're an adaptive athlete or somebody who is, and if you're not sure if you should be coming down to Florida for this, or if they should be coming down to Florida for this, the answer is yes, you should, and yes, they should.
Yes.
Even if you're nervous and don't want to compete for the championship, we are going to do para heats that are just going to be open heats. Actually, every heat is an open para heat, actually, in Spartan OCR. But we're gonna do our annual winter event with the VA hospital and their rehabilitation program. Will be on Saturday for the 5K. We'll be taking them up. Come join us. Come see what it's like, and then get the itch and maybe join us on Sunday for the championship. Who knows?
Yeah.
But again, I don't want anybody not doing it because they're afraid that they're not ready. Just sign up for it. It's actually what Spartan's built on, right? Just sign up for it and then train for it. So sign
You'll
up,
know at the
sign up
end.
for it. Come do it.
You'll know at the end. That's been
Yes.
the motto since I started in 2015. You'll know at the end.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Right.
go for it. I mean, that was one of the things that was so cool. When up in Seattle, when we had Mariana with us, so many people were asking us, like, you do this? It's like, yeah, what you tell us where you have an athlete that needs it, we'll find a way to help them out. So reach out to Joey, reach out to, Dan, reach out to somebody, and we'll find a way to help you. So
I mean, and piggybacking on what Dan said, I mean, Mike, it's just going to be such an unforgettable event, and the first of its kind. And we want as many people to be a part of this as possible. Like Dan said, if you're not going to compete, come out and do an open. And you know what? If you're in the Florida area, especially, come out and cheer these athletes on because, as we've talked about, and what we pushed for is for this to be a day, a weekend just for them.
Mhm.
And it is going to be something that needs to be and will be celebrated.
yeah, it does.
And we're gonna need all the cheers we can get by the end of it.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, that's what made me so happy, the fact that it's a standalone, because it seems like in a lot of ways, I mean, the para athletes in many cases and many things become the secondary part of something. They're a piece of something else. Like, oh, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to add the paras onto it. And this is one of the first times you see where it's like, oh, hey, this is just for the para athletes. That's it. There's no other, there's no Pan America, there's no, trifecta championship, nothing. This is just, it's a normal weekend, but the para athlete, this is their weekend,
Yep.
which to me is the part that I love the most. I mean, they're not another piece of something else. They stand by themselves because they should.
That's right.
Well, that's the way it looks to me all the time. Trying to be funny.
You succeed every time, Pete. I've
You
always
got-
loved your sense of humor, Pete.
You even got Michelle laughing in the background.
By the way, hi, Michelle. You shouldn't drink from the containers, Michelle. You're supposed to use glasses. I've seen her twice now.
Oh my God. Good job, Pete.
Well, and the thing for me is one of the guys I train with, he's got spinal bifida and he just made the US national karate team. He's the first seeded athlete they've ever had. And
Yes.
I messaged him, he made the team right when we found out this was happening and I last year we trained hard together. I mean, he was my lifting buddy, and I messaged him and I said, who would have thought last year when we were swinging weights like knuckleheads, getting ready for something, not knowing what it was, that you'd make the national team, which has been a dream for him, and I'm competing for a world championship. That was something I wanted to happen, but I wasn't sure if I'd get a chance to do it. And now I'm getting a chance to do it.
Yeah. And it's going to be awesome.
I might be dead by the end of it because Joey and I have 2 other races before that.
Just getting you ready.
Yep.
Just getting you ready for it. That's what Don kept telling me when he told me to come up to Seattle. And I'm like, I have a Ironman in 2 weeks. He's like, yeah, it's just getting you extra training. I'm like, awesome, dude.
Shakedown.
I'm sorry. And Pete said something, but I had it on mute. Pete, could you repeat that?
I was going to say, I'm just having flashbacks from 2016 to 2018 back-to-back races, including Killington, the last time they had Wintergreen, and then the following weekend doing Tahoe, Beast, Wintergreen, Super, and then Tahoe Beast. And it's like, yeah, that's just all part of training.
Yeah. Just training for the next one.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So, what else you guys got? Amy, you've been quiet.
I have been quiet. I've just been listening to everybody else.
Well,
I
Amy,
know.
I know you've got a dynamic team put together to help you in Florida. I'm excited to see all your team in action.
I am so excited about my team. I have been working incredibly hard. So hopefully they don't need to do as many penalty loops, but no, they will. So, but they're incredible athletes. So I am really excited to race with them.
I think one of them may have something to do with some kind of teddy bear crawl. I'm not sure about that, but
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wait a minute, there are teddy bears crawling.
There is.
I've already
Pete, we'll have to talk
memorized-
about that later.
I've memorized all the obstacles. I don't need variables right now. No, I heard about the teddy bear crawl, and I think that's awesome.
So wait till South Carolina. There's some stuff in the works on that one right now. Dan knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
gonna be a fun one. So
Anyway, PJ, I hope you've got your team ready.
I need a little bit of help recruiting people.
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet we've got people who will step up. I don't think that's gonna be an issue.
Oh, yeah.
PJ, talk to me after. I've got somebody for you.
Look at that.
No, I'm sure we can come up with some people for
Oh, yeah.
everybody. So
Oh, yeah.
who's Pete? Who you got, Pete?
Say that again?
You got a good team coming with you for the race, the winning team?
I'm just grabbing somebody from the event. Say, hey, let's go.
Hey, whatever works.
I might even bring my seeing eye cat. I'm looking at that literally.
Pete, we've got somebody lined up with you, and I apologize. I haven't had a chance to really talk to you about it yet, but I think you're gonna really be happy who Dan and I have got talked into helping you out. So we'll talk about it later.
Okay, well, I mean, you've been on vacation. You were climbing this little hill. Yeah, heard all about it.
I don't think that counts as a vacation, Pete. But
Hey, some people have different types of vacations. Some people, go to like Disney World. Some people, go to Machu Picchu. Some people climb a mountain. I mean, whatever you decide your vacation is, that's your
Yep.
vacation.
This is my vacation.
Yep.
Yep, it's mine too.
Oh, same here.
Love it.
That's been the deal me and my
Sure.
wife have had. Me and my wife had the deal for years. I get Spartan races and Ironmans, and she gets vacations. That's why most of the places that I race at is nice, sunny vacation areas. So she gets her vacation, and I go race. So
There you go.
I've done Hawaii like 4 times, and every time I'm on that mountain dying in Hawaii, she's on a beach just sunning.
But you do realize that I fit very nicely into a large suitcase, Mike.
Yeah.
We might have to work on that because we're
Okay.
going again next year. So 25th wedding anniversary. She's like, we're going back to Hawaii. I'm like, oh, cool. The weekend of Spartan Race, right?
Well, I will have to say I am super excited for the three of you that are on this call with us, and I am happy that we are going to make this dream a reality for you guys, and the others that Dan had mentioned that have already signed up as well. I can't tell you guys enough how happy this makes me that this is happening, and it's just going to keep getting better from this.
Mhm. It's amazing. I'm so glad that this is finally happening. I mean, it's one of those things most people know, listeners know. I'd completely lost my passion for all of this. Obstacle course racing, Spartan, all of it. Lost all my passion. I'm like, I'm done with it. Don't want to do it anymore. Until I hooked up with this crazy guy over here named Joey and started helping athletes and doing all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, for me, it was one of those things like my passion for this sport basically became you all. PJ, Amy, Pete, you're my I mean, this is the reason I want to do it now. I want to do it so that I can help you achieve your goals and do what you want to do. And other than that, I really, it's not that big of a deal to me. It's just more of, I want to help you guys. I don't the rest of it doesn't matter to me.
So people ask me about stuff all the time because I'm wearing my stuff at work and people look at pictures. The number one picture people ask me about, and he's gonna laugh at this, is the picture of me and Dan sliding down a mountain, both tearing our back to shreds earlier this year.
You mean the
And
one
I'm
where
like,
you're choking me on the way down the right way down the hill? You mean that one?
yes, that one.
Yeah.
And the
PJ,
funny thing, yeah, Pete.
I was just gonna say, you're not supposed to take your guys or those people helping you. You don't take them out till after the race is done.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my God.
but the thing is, I tell them that's what Spartan's about. We have, even if we're faster than somebody else, even if we're stronger than somebody else, we help each other out. I mean, I'm helping get an able-bodied athlete ready for her first race in Nashville.
You turn around and help the Spartan behind you.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, I was going to say, Mike, if you really want an adventure helping an athlete, why don't you let me guide you while you're blindfolded on a 5K or, doing a Spartan sprint?
That actually sounds fun. Just as long as it's video the whole time and we have the documentary afterwards, because it's going to be.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what,
It'll
Pete?
take about 12 hours.
Pete, you come up to Nashville, I'll wear a blindfold.
Oh.
I really hope we don't get to Nashville. I really do. But as right now, Florida or the Para Athletes Championship is the next one I'm able to make.
All right.
So
well, we may have to do a little walk around, maybe a little pre-walk around on Saturday. You can give me somewhat of an idea of what it's like.
Well, I plan on the plan is to do the sprint on Saturday, and when I finish the championship, I'll have my first trifecta since 2019.
Nice.
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
Very cool.
So yeah, we can work that out. I'm always up for an adventure. I'll bring my chance, so if we come across any clips, I'll be prepared.
Yeah. All right. Any last thoughts around the table?
No.
Well, of course, that was last thought, but I thought I'd let everyone else go before me.
Joey, what do you got for last thoughts, for closing thoughts?
I just want this event this weekend to be successful and to be unforgettable for everyone involved.
Miss Amy?
I am just really looking forward to this, and I'm really excited, and hopefully it's a great weekend. I know it will be, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome. How about you, PJ? What do you got? What do you got for us?
I just keep thinking how emotional it's gonna be for all of us, because I know how hard we've all poured into making something like this a reality. So I'm just ready to see it pay off.
Awesome. And as much as it pains me to ask Pete what his thoughts are, because I'm sure there's some sarcasm coming in here. But Pete, what do you got?
Actually, no sarcasm. I think it's going to be an incredible weekend. I think there are going to be messes, snafus. There are going to be things that we all learn from. And I think that's, one of the things that's going to be taken from this, that's going to be, the biggest benefit. So, I mean, this is the first time that it's been put together like this. And, the only thing you can do, go through it, find out, what can be done better, and, go from there. But I think it's, like I said, it's going to be an incredible weekend for everyone.
Yeah. It is, and I think thank you, Joey and Dan, for pushing so hard to make this a reality for the athletes. I mean, this is one of those things, like I said, that when I got my passion back to help athletes and do all that stuff, seeing something like this is amazing to give them that weekend that is their weekend. This is Para's weekend. This isn't a part of anybody else's. This is Para's weekend. And that to me is the part that's amazing.
You are
Dan,
welcome.
any last thoughts, Dan?
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to the folks that are on this call. Amy, PJ, Pete, and anybody else I've had the absolute honor to be on the course with in the last 5 or 6 years. If it wasn't for your energy, your passion, your dedication, this weekend would not be happening, because there wouldn't be a drive to have the weekend. So thank you for that, because it sure makes it a lot easier when conversations have to be had to going, no, we're just going to move forward. We're just going to do it, and we'll figure it out after it's on the calendar. Everybody knows I work for a guy whose motto is fire, ready, aim. And that's exactly what we did here. That's what it looks like to everybody from the outside. We've been talking about this since last December, with especially John and myself and a couple people within Spartan. But the real push came right probably the April, May range. So again, thank you all. I appreciate the dedication and the passion you all have for this, and just for getting other people out on the course. I've seen more than once somebody in the festival area see Dealers of Hope come through the festival area and go, wait a minute, you mean I can do that? You mean I could be out there with you? And it's because of the three of you and other folks like yourselves that just show people a lot more can be accomplished than what they think they can. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you, Dan. And if not for OCR, you couldn't imagine the trouble I'd be in right now.
Yes, I have a slight idea of what trouble you could get yourself into. I've spent enough time with you now.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Mike, thank you so much for the time again.
Yes. Thank you, Mike.
No,
Would
always
love to have a conversation with a bunch of athletes maybe after, and start promoting next year, early November, if you're up for it.
Oh, I'm always up for it. Anytime if you want to do another one of these before the event and to push it even more, I'm up. I'm ready for it. So, like I said, anytime I'm available, I'll record and get as many athletes out there and get their voice and their story out there for everyone to hear.
Fantastic. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you all.
Thank you.
We'll see you all soon.
Thank
Yes, sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.